Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Riata Horsemanship. I'm Luke Brown. I'm very excited to be with you here today on Motivational Monday. What a beautiful day. Today is January 2nd, 2023. So this is the first of many videos that I'm going to be making, my daily videos at Riata Horsemanship. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you'll keep following. And if you go to my YouTube channel, Riata Horsemanship, R-E-A-T-A Horsemanship, you can find all these videos as well. But I do post them on Facebook every day too. And today's Motivational Monday, like I mentioned, and I hope you guys have had a great end of your 2022. I hope you had a great year of 2022, and I hope you're having a beautiful day here, the first or the second day of January 2023. And the horse or mule that I'm riding right now, this is Rosie May. Now I've got her stopped right now because she is a little camera shy, and when and she's kind of spooky and reactive to me up here on top. So I don't want to be. I actually started making a video earlier, and she kind of was spooky to it, so she doesn't like seeing that. Now I've been working on it, moving this camera out here, this phone out to the side. Been working on it even with movement, but I want to just get a good video here and not be moving. Rosie May came to me about 7 weeks ago, a little over 7 weeks ago. So this is the start of her 8th week. She's doing really well. You know, she just came with a lot of baggage. She came with a lot of issues of being reactive to touch and reactive to sound. She's very reactive to sound and touch. If I'm not consistent with moving on top of her and touching her and rubbing her all over, if I'm quiet for too long and then I make a noise, she'll spook to that. So it's something that we're just little by little getting better at. And she's a gaited mule, and she actually does gait, so she gaits really smoothly. So we're on these harder surfaces up here. I like to gait with her, and she's super smooth and super fun to do that with. Now as you can see out here in the wash, this is the Queen Creek Wash, and you can see this water running. I've been here a little over a year, and here in this area, and I've never seen the Queen Creek Wash run like this. In fact, I never knew it could run like this. I don't know why I didn't think it could, but this shows how much rain we've had. There's probably in some of these areas 4 or 5 feet deep of water coming down, so it's turned into the Queen Creek River instead of the Queen Creek Wash. And it's pretty interesting to see this, and of course I'm not going to ride down in that. I don't like riding in rivers per se. I'll just stay up on the top here and ride along the banks, but it's pretty interesting to see this Queen Creek Wash running with water. I never thought I'd see the day, but here it is. This water's running. We got a lot of rain. We've had a lot of rain the past couple months really, and last night or yesterday we had almost an inch of rain, I think, here in this area. And obviously to the north there's been a lot more rain as well, and I think that's why there's just a lot of runoff, and there's water coming down this wash, which is pretty interesting. It's very sandy wash, and we got water running. So something I've never seen, but pretty cool. Today for Motivational Monday, given that it's the 2nd of January 2023, I hope you're all creating goals. I hope you've either created goals for this year and for years to come, and if you haven't, I hope you create them sometime soon. Hopefully this week you get around to creating your goals, because all of us have dreams and aspirations, things we want to achieve, things we want to accomplish. And if we don't write those things down, in all reality, we're never going to accomplish even a small percentage of the things that we really want to accomplish in life. I think we'll get to the end of our lives and we'll feel very disappointed that we didn't accomplish a lot of the things that we would have liked to. Now, we might think that that's based on circumstance or, you know, bad luck or whatever, but in my belief system, it's us, we determine how far we go in life. We determine the dreams that we are able to achieve in our life. And so in order to do that, we have to write down goals. Now, along with writing down goals, I've been learning a lot about setting standards for those goals. Standards are basically your red lines that you're not willing to cross, things you're not willing to accept in your life anymore. There's a lot of things that we just accept in our life. Like, for example, in my life, I've kind of just accepted, no matter how much money I need to make, I've just accepted that I'm barely getting by, and I've been okay with that, just barely getting by. So we haven't been able to save a lot, haven't been able to really create a large nest egg at this point yet. We're getting there. We're moving in the right direction, but I believe the main reason we haven't achieved that up to this point, or achieved a significant nest egg in retirement, is because I've just been okay with making just enough to get by. And I think a lot of us do that. And whatever it is, we do enough just to get by in our marriages. We do enough just to get by in our jobs. We do enough just to get by in our businesses that we create. We just barely do enough, and we set our standards. That's our standard, just enough, just barely enough. We don't set those standards that are so high that we can't help but achieve some of the goals that we set for ourselves. So if you have big goals and you're just barely getting by, it's probably because your standards aren't high enough. So today for Motivational Monday, I just want to say that our standards, where we set our standards, will determine how far the achievement of our goals goes. So if our standards are low, our goals, even if our goals are high, we will never achieve those goals. And if we achieve any of them, we're going to fall right back to where our standards are, and it's just basically luck. But if we want to achieve goals based out of skill and consistency and have consistent achievement of those goals, then we have to set our standards higher. So whatever it is, if you wake up in the morning too late, or if you go to bed too late, one of the things that Stacy and I are doing is we've set some standards for ourselves. One of them is making sure the dishes are always clean. And I know that sounds really simple, but it's been a problem where we just let the dishes pile up. And our standard has been, it's okay to have a bunch of dirty dishes in the sink. And so we let that go on for days at a time, and before we know it, and it's not Stacy's issue, it's our issue, it's our family's issue, where we've allowed dishes to pile up in the sink, and then we're kind of living in squalor. We're living in trash. And I've decided recently, a few weeks back, that I was going to set a higher standard than that. I was listening to the book The Power of One More by Ed Milet, and he talks about standards and goals and how you'll never achieve goals that are any bigger than your standards. And so I've been thinking a lot about our standards and things like keeping things clean, making our bed in the morning, keeping our room clean, cleaning my office, making sure everything's organized, all the bills are paid, so on and so forth. Those kind of standards, those are just a simple couple things. There's many more standards that Stacy and I are setting in order to achieve our goals this year and for the next 5, 10, and 10 years, and even further than that in the future. We have lots of goals that we want to accomplish, and the only way to get there is to set the standards that will allow you to achieve those goals. So look at your goals, and then look at your standards. How early do you wake up in the morning? How late do you go to bed at night? We also have had a bad habit of, especially me, at times of watching something at night and not going to bed early enough, and then getting up later than I should. So we've set a standard, Stacy and I, of going to bed between 8:30 and 9 consistently every night on the nights that we're working. So Sunday night through Thursday night for sure, and then sometimes on the weekends as well. But we give ourselves a little wiggle room on the weekends for that. But we've set our standard between 8:30 and 9 to go to bed. That is our standard, and by keeping that standard, we get the sleep we need, we get the intimacy we need, and then we're also going to get the time in our business that we need, because we have to put in extra time in our business outside of what I do training horses full-time in order to achieve the goals that we have set for ourselves. So I hope you will look at your goals, then think about your standards. What are you willing to put up with, and what are you fed up with and ready to put beside yourself and go achieve a higher standard, or go set a higher standard for yourself. I hope you guys have a wonderful Motivational Monday and a great start to your new year. Until next time, be thankful, live with purpose, live with passion, and as always, stay safe in the saddle.